if we lost Scott, if all of a sudden Scott,
I just lost it. You lost me.
I would know it. Obviously, I would. I would hear him from here to Horseheads.
It's the Scott and Allie Not For Air podcast. The rules are gone. The shirt is untucked. Here's Scott and Allie.
I don't want this to become like the bitter Not For Air podcast, but man, I got two things that got me today.
Then don't start that way.
But all right,
let's pretend that it's going to be a happy one, and then you just slap him with your bitchiness.
Oh, it's just sort of come around from behind and be like,
right. Don't preface with your nasty attitude.
Okay. Well, it's not nasty. It's all right, one of them is. One of them's sneaky, devious, and kind of funny. The other one's just,
let's tell the sneaky, devious one first, because what happened was I left work today for a brief period to run an errand for the radio station. And I stopped and got gas in my car. And then I should have taken a company vehicle now that I think about it. Dang it. I used my own gas.
Take advantage of that.
Yes, exactly. Well, I was doing a radio station thing. I was dropping off Children's Miracle Network change jugs. So I should have taken the vehicle. Anyway, so I was getting gas at the gas station and I was getting a drink. So the girl who was at the counter, she said, hey, I think one of your employees at your radio station was my Uber driver this morning. And I'm like, what is she talking about? So she goes, yeah, his name's like Jeremy or Jeff. I was like, Jeff? I work with a Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was Jeff. Jeff was my Uber driver this morning. I'm like, well, I haven't seen Jeff at work today.
Yeah.
I didn't say that to her, but I was like, oh, okay, I'll ask him. And then I thought about it. I was like, I haven't seen Jeff at work today.
This takes me to the sneaky, devious part of it.
Yeah. So I come back in. I'm like, Scott, does Jeff Uber drive? And you said yes, right?
Yeah.
How did you know?
He told me. He does it on the side or apparently during company hours.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. Now, I want to be very honest with this. We have no proof that he is actually doing this during company hours.
No.
But if one follows a certain thought process of, just people, just human nature.
Yeah, double dipping.
You're doing it during company hours.
Yeah.
So I say this, and I was thinking about it when Allie told me this, and I thought, how bad would it be? Is this terribly devious? If we want to confirm this,
go back to the gas station?
No.
Oh.
Well, let's get a hold of Uber. Can you request a specific driver?
I never have, so I don't know.
Well,
here, hold on a second.
While you look that up, if we could, my theory would stick. I'd say if we could get and request this driver to pick you and me up from a place neutral from the station, which means we'd have to go a couple doors down somewhere else on the street we're on, and be picked up. And if he picks us up during company hours, we could kind of bust him on the spot.
But he's going to see that it's me. Because it's my profile.
Oh, well, we'll make a fake profile using my stuff or whatever.
Okay. That
You'll be picking up Hank and Mary. Hank and Mary, From
Hanover Square.
Yes.
Because we've been having too many pops at one of the local towny bars.
If your name's Hank and Mary, you've been out drinking since 8 o'clock this morning.
Right,
Let's be real.
Right. I've been drinking tomato juice and Budweisers.
What is that drink called? It's the chlamydia? No, not Clamato. Clamato? Is that what it is?
Yeah. You're talking about the Clamato juice?
No, this is actually a drink that has like beer and oh God.
Oh my gosh.
What is it? It's I
don't know, because I'm trying to hold on.
It's God.
I haven't used it.
Okay, I've heard of this. I've never had it. It is Clamato, and it is this sounds disgusting, a commercial drink made of reconstituted tomato juice, concentrate, and sugar, which is flavored with spices, dried clam broth, and MSG. And it is made by Mott's, but I swear there's a version of this that uses beer. Clamato alcoholic drink, yes.
I think so.
It's the original tomato juice cocktail.
And sounds disgusting.
That's the non-alcoholic. Here I am researching while we're doing the podcast.
And I'm trying
because
to find,
Hank and Mary are being picked up from Nick's Pub
and I'm trying
at 8 o'clock in the morning.
And I'm trying to get back into my Uber. I haven't taken Uber in a long time. I usually go with Lyft. Lyft is cheaper.
Either way, well, I mean, then he's driving Uber because he wants to make up for what he's not selling today.
Well, okay, yeah, can we get back to the task at hand?
Yes, what?
It's just so shady.
Oh, it is. But I mean, if that's going to be shady, if indeed that's happening, again, we've speculated ourselves into this corner.
Wait.
So now we have to unspeculate ourselves out. What's shadier? Driving Uber during business hours when you should be doing duties that require your efforts to do it for us, or us going out and busting him by requesting him to be our Uber driver? I mean, it proves a point. Again, I can't prove it until we request him and get him.
We could just go to, I love the art of busting. It's like that
Yes.
607 Predators when they bust sex offenders, and they're always like, they run into Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah.
Were you trying to meet up with Cody? I wasn't. I promise. We were just texting.
I just wanted to help him.
Yeah.
Help him what?
Yeah, right. Help him discover his manhood.
Oh, God, that's awkward.
That's so disgusting.
Yes.
But we could also go back to the gas station too and ask her what time. We're investigative
Well, I think
reporting.
we start there. If we're going to unfold this,
Yeah.
we are going to have to go to the gas station, ask and say, what time did you have the Uber? And don't tell me, I think it's around 7 o'clock. No, I need like exact time.
Well,
if it's after 8 o'clock and you work for us, you are on my dollar. And if you are out making your own dollar that's not making us a dollar, then you deserve to have us request you as an Uber and feel the discomfort of us videoing the whole experience, and you won't be getting a tip.
It makes me mad because if this was my company, and because I don't own this company, I like to pretend I do sometimes.
Yes,
if this was my company, I would be livid. It
Yes.
also makes me slightly mad because there is a project looming in our building that involves me.
Yep.
And I really,
As most do.
and I really need this person to be on this project. So it really eats my skin.
I get it. I really do.
I couldn't be the owner because of this, because things like this I would get all Donald Trump on your ass and I'd be like, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired. Yeah.
Get out.
Oh my God, this makes me so mad.
I don't know. Again, we have no real proof until we have proof, but we have theories. And theories are powerful.
And I think that we're
The theories will also get you kicked off a jury alley. You want to share that one for anyone that missed that?
Yeah, if you missed it on the show, I was summoned for jury duty. And I wasn't selected for anything. I was summoned for jury duty, and I ended up not getting selected because the guy admitted guilt in the process. So it was so weird because it kept on lingering. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Why does the judge keep leaving the courtroom? Why are the attorneys leaving the courtroom? Why are they coming back in, leaving, coming back in? I was like, what the heck is going on? Just for the guy I think he buckled under pressure.
Oh, I was going to say, I think what actually happened, because this story now, the jury you would have sat on, the story came out publicly. This is a guy that shot his wife, I believe.
In the face!
I believe now ex-wife. I'm just going to say
Right.
that probably takes you up to the notch of we're getting divorced. You might be able to swallow cheating over that. But anywho, so he
I
shot
got
her.
a great story for you after this.
And obviously he's going to be going away. So I think what actually happened in your case, while they were in the process of trying to get around to selecting the jurors, if you will, and the deal was going on. I'm betting you the reason that it happened last minute, his attorney, the defendant's attorney, was waiting to the last minute to see because they've saved a lot of time and energy in court costs and taxpayer dollars by essentially getting this off the docket. So smart on the defense attorney's part to taking it to the 11th hour, but also I'm betting you any amount of money, and I don't have proof of this. Again, we have theories. This is the podcast of theories. the DA gave a sweet enough deal going, you're going to have to go away for a while.
Oh, he was only going away for like 9 years.
Okay.
And also...
but I'll bet you on good behavior or for a period of time, it's not all 9 years served. I'll bet you it's going to be less than that.
Ooh,
and I'll bet you that was part of the deal. See, we don't know the exact workings of the deal because if it was a good defense attorney, the defense attorney is going to tell his client, listen, we're going to fight your case if you want us to. But the reality to it is, based on all the evidence, and you still have an eyewitness, although they only may be down to one eye because I don't know what you shot out on her face. But based on all this,
my God.
it really
You're
is,
going to hell.
I am. It really is I don't know where she got shot. I'm just, again, theories, people. This is the podcast of theories today.
Yeah.
It's one of these things where the attorney probably said, let's find a way to take this as far as we can to get the deal that's going to work. Because to be honest with you, when it comes down to a situation like what you were observing, it is between the district attorney and the defense attorney to say, okay, we agree. To my knowledge, as long as it's somewhat legal, and I mean legal in the sense like nothing totally crazy, the judge doesn't even get to step in and go, no, I recommend this. They don't do anything until, like, they monitor the jury during a trial if it goes there. They listen to the evidence. They, if there's objections and such, they follow the letter of the law, but they don't have any input to go, why don't you go for 12 years instead of 9 years? No, this was all done behind closed doors in chambers.
I also wonder, too.
I almost fell over.
Oh, you're right?
I'm all right.
I also wonder, too, if the lawyer was like, we just can't win with this evidence. And because
that's what I'm saying.
I was listening to a book. This is a really interesting writing. I was listening to a book how this woman will tell the story of a crime, and usually a murder. She'll tell the story, and the way she does it is she writes it from transcripts, interviews, and she says she does fill in some other things just to kind of weave the story and make it a story. So some things might be dramatized a little bit.
Sure.
But this one particular book that I was reading, by the way, the author is Karen Kingsbury. She, the lawyer in this book said, I am here to win and to win only. And this is now not about, he was telling the murderer, this is not about you. I'm sorry, not the murderer, the client. This is not about you anymore. This is about me winning. So do what I say so we can win. And there's one other thing. He also said, do not lie to me. If you killed your wife, tell me.
Yes.
Tell me
okay.
right now.
All right, I don't have a problem with that sort of an attorney.
That's a lot of fervor that I just delivered.
No, but that was power. I don't have a problem with that because the attorney said, "Don't lie to me. Tell me the whole truth." And listen, it's almost like going to confession with a priest. They're going to hear ugly things. There are things that are going to come out. And that attorney that said, "I'm here to win." Number one, there are some attorneys like that, and there are some that just want to take money. That's the way it is. That's the way that business is. And every business has something like that. Some are here to sell, some are to drive Uber and call whatever. But you're
going to be hearing about this forever now.
Theories, people. We don't have any proof. Theories. But in that case,
what this show is? Lies and theories.
Yes, lies and theories. But that attorney was smart because they're obviously going to use every ounce of skill they have to up, the game. Now, I'm not saying the person that was accused is any less guilty or didn't do some heinous things. But if it was true that they really didn't murder the person and that attorney wants to win, that ends up furthering that attorney's career. Not a bad thing. That's a fireball of an attorney. And if you ever need one, good luck getting them. I hope you do.
This book pissed me off so much, though, because the guy ended up he was found guilty. So then the attorney lost. So he was found guilty.
Guess he wasn't there to win.
Right? He was found guilty. But there's still there's arguments on both sides.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if he is guilty, but they didn't have enough to prove that he wasn't.
Interesting.
Anyway. Okay.
Which is interesting because in our court of law, you have to prove that there's enough to say he is.
Right.
So,
but it was, you have to read the book. I can't go into it now. It's a whole other thing. What was the other thing?
I said something about cheating, and you said, "Oh, I have a story about that." I said you could swallow.
Oh,
getting shot in the face. You could swallow cheating more than getting shot in the face.
No,
Not that either are good.
So I know a story of someone that they were in the middle of separating or divorcing, and then the guy died. He hit a tree, I think, with his car.
God.
I don't know if that was on purpose, but anyway, but he's dead. And now his significant other is going to get his money. But word on the street is they didn't even like each other, which is so messed up because
she's getting his money.
It does. Yeah. I mean, that sucks, right? Because it wasn't as if they were even together anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't matter though. It's the legality of
I
this.
know.
Because if they were still married and it had not, and nothing had become official, then she's legally entitled to it.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, it sucks on the emotional side for the people outside of it that go, well, I heard they didn't like each other or they were in the middle of a divorce. Just
Like not living together anymore.
Right. It doesn't matter. They were still technically legality wise together.
I know. And that so sucks because the other thing I heard was that she was always bitching about him and like saying how much she didn't like him. And I
take it they don't have kids or something that can get the money.
No kids.
Yeah, she's got it. It's hers.
Uh-huh.
It's hers. Yeah, who gets the last laugh? Theories, people. Theories.
Theories, lies, and fun.
Yeah, right. All right.
Okay, the other one.
This one kills me. So
I'm the opposite of you, by the way.
Oh, I hate this. See, I'm glad we started where we started because now that I get into this, you're right. It does feel a little bit. It feels more silly than anything. So the new trend. And I don't know if this happens in every business, but the new trend around certain things that Allie has to do, if it's a technical glitch with something that she works on, I don't know, i.e. a website or something like that, the process is to submit a ticket.
Yep. I love it.
I hate it. And I'll tell you why. I'm one of these people, I don't know you're on it till I know you're on it. And you could be lying your whole way through it until I see your eyes. When I see your eyes and know you're on it and know that you've gotten it from me, that it's important. Because here's what my theory behind the submit a ticket is.
Okay.
For anything to deal with tech, when a repair is needed. Okay. This is talking about somebody that is super nerd, the most awkward personality on God's green earth, probably.
But you do over communicate for somebody who is like you're saying, awkward, but you like to communicate.
I do. I like to be thorough in it too, so that you understand what it is. They're hiding behind a screen because if you look into their eyes to explain the problem, they're going to go blind or they're going to crumble into a puddle and sink into the pool of inability to have a social interaction conversation. I'm telling you, and it drives me nuts. Also, don't tell me that it's more efficient. Let me tell you what's efficient.
That was my argument.
Let me tell you what's more efficient. You and I having a conversation. I'm going to tell you what the problem is, and the last words out of my mouth are a good old get on it now and fix it. That's it.
This is coming from the guy who doesn't handle the technical side of our websites. And so I like it because we have a lot of websites. It is efficient. And I like that I am a number in the docket. Like, yes. But then at the same time, I can butter up some people in the company and go, hey, I know this is last minute, but you know me. I'm your girl. I always submit things early. I always follow protocol.
My one time.
Yes, my one time. Give me my free pass. And they will because they're really cool about it. And I like it for the efficiency. And I also have to say, I feel this same way about Google invites and meeting invites because we also have lots of people in this building who, and I think, Scott, you're such a type B person that you can't even dip your toe into type A because I'm definitely a type B person, but I have some A tendencies because
are you Canadian?
I think because of me doing technical things. So here's where I like it as well, is that we have a lot of people in this building who are always wanting to like have these hallway meetings.
Oh, I don't want that either. Oh, no.
Or they'll just like barge into the studio.
Nothing gets done from that.
Or they'll barge in the studio and they're like, hey, can we talk? And I'm like, no, we can't. I don't have time for that right now. And I feel like
you sounded like the Uber driver. I mean, sales guy. I mean, whatever.
And I will say to people all the time, can you take a meeting? Can you please request a meeting?
I agree with this.
And they don't.
Okay, so here's the thing.
They're like, yeah, I'll take a meeting. And then I think they hate the 3 words, take a meeting.
Well, because it's
Submit
the
a ticket.
accountability factor. The non-taking a meeting feels like the ticket to me unless I've talked to you. I don't need FaceTime. I don't need to actually look into your
Sounds like
eyes
you
and
do.
terrify you.
Sounds like you do.
No, hear me out. If you don't want to have an actual me looking at you, you know, like we're going to get on a video and I'm going to explain the whole problem here. Although I do believe my charm comes through much better than on a ticket. And, well, you just said you do the same thing.
You're the guy. Yes, I charm it up in typed
Yes.
words. You're the guy that needs to charm it up because you would always be, if you were dealing with tech stuff, Scott would be the one submitting things last minute all the time.
No, because you know what? Here's the thing. I only would do it if I really, really needed the help. You know, a lot of it I'll try to do myself. Either way, the point to it is this.
Tell
The
me.
people that won't take a meeting, when you're like, can we have a meeting?
Yeah.
And you would come in and gladly set up a place on the calendar for the meeting. I get that type A. I understand it. I'm good with it. Why? Because you schedule 2/3 of our calendar. No, you schedule 100% of our calendar business, whether we're recording an interview, we have a meeting, whether we have a conference call. Allie puts it on the calendar. I always say yes. It's good for me. Okay.
That really makes it work when you always say yes.
You know,
It's very rare that you say no.
No, I do. I'm there, and I live in that boundary of this is good. It's good for you, which means it's good for me because you stay off my ass. Okay, so we're good. We're good. We're okay. The people that won't accept your meeting when they want to have a hallway meeting it's this. Oh my God, I have this greatest idea, which it might be a really good idea, but me telling you means you do all the work. I'm stepping back. I'm out. I'm not going to do shit. And that drives me nuts. And now the ticket part, not necessarily like that. You may be right. It may be somewhat efficient. They may get to it as they go through it. I'm leery of it. It's like people. I'm trying
You're
to think of
leery
it.
because you're not used to it. Once you get in the habit of it, then I think you're okay with it. And that's the
I
problem with
still would like to have a little one-on-one communication. Why can't they do the ticket like this? Hey, Allie, I'm up to your ticket. Do you have time for the quick 2-minute call to verify what we're going to get to?
You know what, Scott? I actually love this input.
Thank you.
And I will actually tell this to our tech team, is that there should be something on the ticket if we need to, or do you need to have a Zoom, or because our tech and creative people don't live in this state.
No,
So-
we're like a lot of this. We're only talking our company. I'm talking tickets in general. This
Yeah.
can go for any company. I don't want to
yeah.
blast us. I'm just saying, you know, I think that option should be there to say we're up to your ticket now.
Although this is funny because this same gripe happened with Zach. So Zach, my significant other, works for a totally different style company. And he had to submit a ticket for something in the IT world. And I don't remember what it was, but he did say, he goes, I submitted that ticket back in December.
Proof in the pudding. It's there.
So he's the guy that people submit tickets to, but he is so PO'd by this. He's like, submit a ticket. My ticket is still in the waiting.
You know?
In the balance.
You know? And then God forbid, here's the other one that happens. And I swear I've seen this happen. They get into a ticket thing, Any Business USA,
Yep.
and then somebody leaves that handles the tickets.
Yes. And you don't know they left because you never see them. You know, like, honestly, we have a guy who handles our tickets named Jeff, and I have seen
Not the same guy that drives Uber and supposed to do sales PS.
So our ticket guy, I've seen him once or twice on a Zoom meeting, but if he walked into the studio right now, I wouldn't know what he looked like. So unfortunately, when we lose said tech Jeff, when we lose him, and if nobody tells me, I wouldn't know. Because
you
if
go.
we lost Scott,
You'd be submitting tickets till you were blue in the
I
face,
know.
wondering why the hell isn't anything getting done? And then suddenly 6 months later, a new email comes out. We have a new ticket system.
Yep.
And a new person, Tanya, is in charge of it. And this is the way she wants to do it. Put a fucking check box on the ticket. I want a phone call. There.
because if we lost Scott If all of a sudden Scott,
I just lost it. You lost me.
I would know it. Obviously, I would. I would hear him from here to Horseheads.
I gotta go. I just had to get it all off my chest.
Okay,
Woo.
we also have a bonus for you guys.
Yeah, but that would air after this comes out, or before.
I know. This is me. This is me. In case anybody missed it.
Oh, in case they missed it.
Is we have a bonus Super Bowl.
Why don't you submit a ticket to fix me?
Shut up. Bye.
It'll never get dealt with.
Bye.
Well, that was fun. Wasn't that fun? That was fun. Do us a favor, will you? Subscribe. Share the Scott and Allie Not for Air podcast. Touch our buttons. We know you want to.